Hey guys, I found out that I can't make a live stream until I have 50 subscribers. So get us to 50 subscribers and I can actually do a live stream for you guys. But let's see who's the third member of the Turbo 9. This stadium is going to be, the next stadium is going to be a Hypersphere stadium out of my 9 stadiums. We're already done with 2 stadiums, and now let's get the third one. First up, Xavier and Hickok and Nika, I mean. Scallies with the hits, bursted, high risk. Nico Oi is eliminated. Remember, guys, we can only have 7 more bladers to join the Turbo 9. Okay, next up, Delta and Fubuki. Devils, attacking. Attacking again. Warning is wobbling. Winner is Fubuki Sumire. Next up, Vault and Ranzo. Valtrex not bursting. Instead, Valtrex bursted Rocktavore, and Valtrex moves on to the second round. Next up, Masamune and Eval. Masamune Kadoya wins. Next up, Count Knife Out and Free De La Hoya. Hayford going around. Wife Tafner is just grooving on the stadium floor. Aether wins. Hugo versus Zach. Hyperion with those attacks. Zeustron heavy hitting Hyperion. Surprised Hyperion hasn't bursted yet. Zach the Sunrise wins barely. Next up, Kid and Shiv. Shukarnai is the winner. Shukarnai, Delta Zaku. Too long, your shit. I'm gonna redo that. Comment down below if that should have gone straight to surprising, or it should have just, or it should be a real. 3, 2, 1, go shit. Good shit. counting that because it had contact. And it hit Sprite's and then bounced off the corners, which made it lose its stability. Next up, Ken and Niger. Did you see the heavy speed attack? Achilles managed to use his stamina to claim the center, and then when Kerbeus went for a counterattack, it went up against the groove and sped up and bursted Kerbeus. The winner is Iger Akabane. Next up, Hikaru and Volt. That Valtrek has been bursted. It almost bursted Helios if it would have stayed together. But that sadly doesn't count because Valtrek burst first. Helios barely moves on. Next up, Bizarre, my Robo Cash combo prototype for Hasbro from Bizarro versus Remu Sun. I got it out. Robo Cash doing moment crash and draining the energy out of Regulus. But will it be enough? I'm saying that's a draw. Comment down below if you think that went straight to Ball Cash. That is going to Royal Cash. Royal Cash moves on. Next two, Hikaru and Wakia. Wyvern trying to endure the attacks from Helios, but Helios is just trying to attack from above, which is making Wyvern destabilized since it can't use its free spinning gimmick. And that doesn't stop Wyvern from winning. Delta and Lane. I'm saying that's a tie. Comment down below if you think you saw who actually bursted first. Cause that explosion made my eyes shut, so I didn't see. So I'm saying that's a draw. 3, 2, 1, get ya. Davalos is the winner. Fubuki and Akira Haima. Akira Haima from Fubuki. Whoa! Warnings just hit me in my arm. Which means Akira Haima from Food Wars wins. Yes, I said Food Wars. Any people who watches that food anime will know what Food Wars is. I just named it after that because Akira is my favorite character from Food Wars, besides Rio and Soma and Erina. Okay, next up, Akira and Yamatoba and Pain. And newbie on one. Yeah, win. Next up, Free and Odin. With the dry rapid on it, it's barely destabilizing, but that wasn't enough. Free is eliminated. Odin moves on. Shu and Iger. Iger wins. Bell versus Gargoyle. Bellfire's got pushed all the way up here, sped up, pushed Gargoyle in the pocket. Because you need a lot of speed and attack power to knock someone over these walls. Walton Norman. Norman wins. I have to be fair. Delta and Joe. Devilos wins. Next up, Kit and Arthur. Your knight's getting pushed to the wall because it has a frame that's so heavy when it scrapes it loses stamina. And it got burst at the same time. And this one's gonna be a three-way battle. Guyan, Joe, Xavier. Guyan on with those immediate attacks. Joe is out. Xavier is out. Guyan moves on to the next round. The next two, Hikaru and Delta. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Hikaru wins. Next up, Shu and Bell. Go shoot. Go shoot. Bellfire managed to push up on the upper deck, but I guess surprise, it was too powerful didn't lose stamina until the very end because it did turbo surprising whip and managed to burst Bellfire. And Bellfire had a dash driver named Jolt. Next up, Iger and Akira. Heidi, that is. Iger wins. Next up, Delta and God and Massimo. The only way Devilos can win his battles is if he gets a burst finish. Because he has terrible stamina, but he moves on to the next round. Next up, the lucky contestant Iger versus Xavier. Achilles is using his stamina and power and just knocked the Scallies over. Achilles would have lost that, but it managed to keep itself together. Next up, Guyan and Volt. I'm redoing that because Guyan, well actually, no. Actually, yes, because I don't know if Guyan hit the ground after Valtryek burst, or if Valtryek burst at the same time as Guyan got hit the ground. Three, two, one, shoot. Guyan is the winner. Zach versus Cam Knifel. Zach, with the heavy attacks, pulls it off and moves on to the next round. Fuki and Odin. Fornius wins by burst finish. We're not counting the spinning drive. Next up is my War Ball Cash prototype, Bizarro's Bay versus Count Knifel. It's doing Moment Crash. And Bizarro wins it. Akira Yamatoba versus Waki Murasaki. Wakia Morisaki moves on to the next round. Noctimus. Surprising. Norman's Eliminate. Delta and Niger. Sorry, Iger. Your winning streak has come to an end. Devils just had too much stamina at that point. Which means, now, it's Hikaru versus Fubuki. And if I'm able to, if we need another blader, I will bring back Iger. Fubuki wins. Next up, Zach and Wakia. The hard hitter who will win? The hard hitter or the blader who can endure any attack with his free spinning gimmick? Zach moves on. These three bladers move on to the quarterfinals, which means we get to bring back one blader. So coming down, because I'm not picking these two to go on together, they will fight. And I want to add one more blader. And that blader will either be Iger or Wakia, and they will battle to see who goes on. Zara moves on again. So which means we will see who deserves the comeback. Will be Iger or Wakia? And Iger is eliminated. Wakia is eliminated. Iger comes back. Next up, Shu and Delta. Devil is trying to push in Sprite and Turbo Blades to burst it. I heard one Turbo Blade go in. Oh, never mind. He just managed to barely hit Turbo Blade, but the Turbo Blade still came back in. Sprizen, sorry, you are eliminated. Delvelos moves on to the semifinals. Bizarro and Zach. Too much speed on the heavy went into hitting the heavy hitter, which heavy hitter bursted Bizarro. Zach moves on to the semifinals. Fubuki and Iger. winner is Iger Akabane. Lastly, Shu and Guyan. Shu Kurenai moves on to the semifinals, which he will battle Iger Akabane. These are the two matchups: Iger versus Shu, Zach versus Delta. Delta Sakura moves on to the finals. Next up, Shu versus Iger. Iger with a burst finish. With that speed attack, it could have broke Surprising. And Storm Surprising would have been terminated. Achilles managed to put a little dent in Storm Surprising. The finalists. Devils bursted Achilles with the speed. That is a draw. Achilles barely having stamina. Devils trying to knock it over before losing stamina. And for all those Iger fans, the new third member of the Turbo 9 is Iger Akabane. Say goodbye to this stadium. Come back for the next video where we'll be in a new stadium. Goodbye. Beyblade gang. Peace out.